Okay, welcome everyone to another sugar-free league series. Here we've got LZINF Inferno there on the right side, on the red side, up against Akuma on the blue side to start things off. Had a pretty good series last night, a 2-0 Inferno, or excuse me, Blizzard. LZINF Blizzard actually ended up losing that one, so let's see if their counterparts can redeem them. Tonight on stream, we've got the Yumi Corki to start things off, which is pretty normal, but the Darius and the Hack Room to follow it up as bans now, which is a little bit less common. Certainly champions that have been played, but not as common as Yumi and Corki are right now in the meta, but certainly a lot of these guys have shown that they can play these champions, so we're going to take them away, but this does open up a lot of options now for both sides to pick a few things, but Sivir will be taken away alongside Nico as the last. So then now we have first pick. Quite a lot of potential champions to be taken here, a lot of powerful champions to be taken early on. We see the Karma Hover, a few different things here. It's going to end up be Jarvan first pick for Akuma. Jarvan pretty much exclusively playing the jungle nowadays, but potential to go top lane. We did see a Janna last night. We saw a Lulu. Those are some of the, some hovers there around those types of champions, the ranged, healing, shield, and supports champions. But they didn't fare too well. Both games they were played in, they lost. But Karma top has become very popular recently, so maybe that'll see play, as it was hovered earlier. But Lucian going to be the response now for Inferno, and a Nunu. So picking up the AD carry in jungle positions. Into the Nunu picking into the Jarvan is kind of interesting. The Jarvan can deny a lot of Nunu's engage there with the Cataclysm later on in the game. Early on, the Jarvan will certainly win the 1v1. Maybe the Nunu can root him and just kind of run away, but kind of an interesting pickup into the Jarvan, as Karma will be taken right before that Zilean is locked in. So definitely Karma top and most likely Zilean mid. This would mean that Akuma is setting up for a very powerful AD carry pickup. They want to get some big damage there. That is a little risky because you do have two bans still left for lane 0 Inferno before they're actually able to pick that. So there's a potential they could get rid of a big champion like Kai'Sa, potentially Caitlyn if they want to go that route. Though that is always a challenge to pull the Caitlyn off. It feels like you set yourself up to have to play around her a significant amount when you do go for her. And now gonna be the Kai'Sa band away. So I was talking about that. Makes sense. It's one of the champions that definitely fits in this composition pretty well. Tristana top and mid have been played recently, but she's still a very good AD carry. But I would imagine you'd ban away the Caitlyn here. Maybe there's something else to have in mind. Could be. I feel like Ezreal's not enough damage. And the Sivir's already gone. So I'm thinking that this is definitely the... No, gonna be the Xayah actually here, so that makes sense as well. Both AD carriers at scale pretty well and are very powerful. Can do enough damage to kill an entire team if they're supported well. And we'll see. So Silas was banned away by Akuma. We'll see what their last ban is before they get to pick. The Nivea. Okay, so target banning out that the Nivea there against Oatmeal Napkin. Now we're gonna have, well, an Amumu would be pretty crazy. I think that they're most likely gonna pick. Okay, gonna pick the top lane here. Mordekaiser is gonna be the option. Is a blind pick Mordekaiser essentially, unless they're planning to put this in the mid lane against the Zilean. Actually, excuse me, the Charmer's already picked. Forget what I just said. This isn't a blind pick Mordekaiser at all. They know the Karma should be there. Now, obviously, it could be swapped, but most likely going to be the Karma top with the Klepto and that tank build there. So Mordekaiser knows what he's up against. unless something crazy happens here. But the Urgot would pick, so this looks like it's going to be support Karma, or maybe Karma mid lane and then put the Zillion down. But I feel like Karma's most likely pick up in the support role, and you just put Zillion mid and Urgot top. Zillion has always been more favored as a mid laner, I think, than support. His utility is nice, but it doesn't lane very well against most things. Karma's much better at laning. Gotta be the Vayne, actually, here. A champion that suffered a lot of nerfs. Indirectly and directly. But is still very powerful if you do get to a few items there. She kills people very quickly. You know, even if you just build raw attack speed, she's not a bad champion because of the way her kit works and the percent health damage you get. So I assume it's still the Bork build into Rageblade. I can't imagine that changes. But now we're going to get the Twisted Fate here for Oatmeal Napkin and Lane 0 Inferno. So this will be a Mordekaiser top, Nunu jungle, Twisted Fate mid lane, Lucian 80 carry, Thresh in the support role up against what I assume, well, they haven't swapped yet, but I assume the Jarvan and Karma will swap. And then the Urgot and Karma will swap. Well, they're doing it in a different order. But it's going to be Urgot top lane, Jarvan in the jungle, Zillion in the mid lane, Vayne 80 carry, and then we got Karma as the support. So a little bit of a switch up there. The Karma was first picked and then eventually got moved down to the support role, which is an interesting way of handling that draft. Will give them a decent matchup. I think Urgot's pretty good into the Mordekaiser. All things considered, but it should be a pretty easy lane for the Twisted Fate here. He's not going to be under much pressure from the Zillion, and will have a lot of opportunities to roam around and do his thing. Throw out some cards. I assume that'll be Klepto, Twisted Fate here, so that might be our only Klepto in the game here, as Karma's going to be in his support role. Probably won't go for that, so that should be the only one we'll get. But both sides have some early ganking junglers, having some good gank setup here. CC in every lane for both sides here. Hard CC, which is important. And then you follow it up with hard CC of your jungler. So ganks could be a big problem for both sides here, depending on how the junglers play it out in the early stages. It's going to be double TP as well. Yesterday we saw triple TP for both sides, both games. The 80 carries were taking TP, and the laners were as well. But this time it's just the laners taking it, but Twisted Fate and Zillion will both have it, so both mid laners have the potential to move around here. Urgot Mordekaiser will have it as well, so that may also be another thing that happens where we have a TP to a lane here, the junglers come in and we get a big fight early on, or it could just be used to get back to lane. Both Zillion and Twisted Fate like to use that. You get a couple early items there. Feels really nice to come back with a Catalyst, a Zillion, maybe a Sheen is the Twisted Fate building into that Triforce. Same can be said for Urgot and Mordekaiser with their items, but gonna have to watch how those lanes play out, because those TP cooldowns are gonna be really, really big. For sure. Just another minute or so. So we'll take a quick break, and then we'll be back when this game gets started. So stick around, and we'll get into game one in just a couple minutes here once we load in. And it should be a good one, I think. Pretty dominating series on Saturday. It felt like it was very much favored to one team's side. We'll see if that's the case this time, but should be a pretty active game here. Both sides have the tools to move around the map here, especially Lane 0 Inferno. Definitely look like they want to get a little crazy early on.
summoner has disconnected.
Okay, so we loaded in successfully, but one of the players did not. Believe one of the mid laner, Oatmeal Napkin, his client crashed. So we're just gonna wait for him to get back into the game, and then we will hop in. But it should just be a minute or two, and then we'll be ready to go. But yeah, we just gotta wait for him. Otherwise, that should be. But we are readying up. It looks like so. I think we'll be getting in here. Yep, already starting to resume. So here we go. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. And into game one we go.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Lane 0 Inferno versus Akuma Blades. Lane 0 Inferno already moving out on the map here. The alert's going to be placed down. The invade going to be spotted out. And a few takes of damage, but they'll be able to go back to base and be healed up before that happens. Can be able to clear out one ward, but there actually is a second one in that brush. They placed two by mistake, but actually works for them this time around. So now they'll know they're not being cheesed, not brush or anything. So that's pretty nice for them. The okay. The Thresh started Flay. I think he hit E by accident there. But it's all good. Just a little bit of mana lost here, and both junglers are gonna start on the bottom side of the map here. Again, that visual stuttering there is the league spectator. It's just another one of the bugs. So yeah, there's not much we can do about that one. But we'll get to watch the game regardless here. It'll just be a little awkward. It's much better to watch the game and have stuttering, I think, than just be locked out of it like we have been in the past. But anyway, we're into this game here. A couple trades level 1. Lucian Thresh, I think, definitely favored in this lane early on. Karma generally, and you know, pretty classic matchup in the bot lane, Karma and Thresh, but I think Lucian and Thresh will have the upper hand in this lane, most likely. Much more early game focused champions. Vayne not a great lane. You know, she's not a lane centric AD carry. She's much more focused later on in the game. Some carries having a bit of difficulty here with the blue buff, but it'll get it just fine. These camps do hurt early on in the game. Good hook gonna land here in the bot lane. Aegis are gonna find the double play here. Lunar gonna use the heal. The Ignite you just dropped down. H-Wizard giving chase here with Rodast. Lunar will flash away, so 3 summoners used. For Akuma, just the one, the Ignite for Inferno. They're low on health, but they'll be able to heal up relatively easily here. Potion's going to be used on both sides. Rematch, the only one who didn't take much meaningful damage, but his AD carry certainly did. Has to use that potion. The Jordan Shield will help out with the sustain here, but that will hurt. Got this lane. A little bit of CS lead here and there. Nothing meaningful quite yet, but these things can start to add up. Jarvan makes trip down bottom side, but he'll just go back for the crab. Top crab was taken by Alive already. And bottom crab will be picked up by some carry in a moment. There you go, already making his way out of the river. 4 minutes in, dead even in gold here. Small CS leads here and there. Make things even up for the most part here. The Klepto for the Twisted Fate helping out a little bit. Keeping him closer than the 10 CS lead would indicate he is. Pole's going to miss here from Remdon. We are going to get a gank here from the Nunu. He's rolling in the snowball. He's probably going to land this one. They will find the knockup, but it's so far back. Already underneath the turret. There's no way they can kill the Urgot from there with flash up. So they're just going to back off. But it does get some pressure in the lane for Revnant. Conquer for both these top laners as well. No area or anything to harass. No harassed. Just going to be the Conqueror. Mordekaiser still has some debate on what the best items are for him. Obviously not a mana dependent champion, so he doesn't need to pick up a Lost Chapter item. And you know, Leandri is good for early damage. Morello for that early Gripper's wounds if you need it, and just the, you know, getting Magic 10 early on really nice. But you know, the old build always was Rylai's first. Leandri second sometimes a Morello, sometimes a Zone, you know, situationally, you know, you pick up items. But it was always Rylai's first. Mordekaisers nowadays haven't been so clear cut on their builds. Gunblade I have seen Gunblade first, I have seen Proto Belt. So I've seen a lot of different things on Mordekaisers, but there doesn't seem to be a clear consensus on what to get. Pretty much everyone picks up Leandri or Morello at some point, though. There hasn't really been much ascension on that. But I did see Protobelt into Lichbane. But that was like the only game I haven't seen of Leandri or Morello on the Mordekaiser. And that was a mid lane Mordekaiser, very much building to be more focused on damage for the team than he was on utility and tankiness. So the Zillion has actually eked out quite a CS lead. 10, it's been 10 for a minute or two now, but 10 CS at this stage pretty big here. Same thing in the top lane. Rabadon's got a lead, and then the jungle is an significant lead for some carry in the farm numbers. Inferno will be the first dragon here. Neither jungler can really solo that. This lead. Here it comes. First with his fatal. Stun is going to land here on a Lunar. He's got no flash. The heals back up, though. Yeah, but it's not going to matter. Very nicely played there by Oatmeal Napkin. Great ultimate. Zillion not ready there. He can't interrupt with the double bomb into stun. But was not able to that time. Will, of course, be the Triforce Twisted Fate. Already got the Phage. And now, after that pick bot lane, they're going to start up this Infernal Dragon. Again, Nunu not really... He can solo it, but he does it, you know, terribly slowly. So it will take a while for him to knock this thing down. It looks like Infinite Age Wizard are going to do just that. Take out this Infernal, already down to 2k. Some carry is here. He's got Flash to get back out if he goes in. With the Flag and Drag, could be a smite play here, but Age Wizard trying to zone out. He's got the play to interrupt. And some carry will not make the play over the wall, and the Dragon will go over here. So a huge pickup. They get the pick bot lane, and then transition into the Drake. Very, very nicely played here by Lane 0 Inferno, starting off on the right foot. And that's exactly what they were looking for. Their composition definitely revolves, or relies on, Twisted Fate and the Nunu combining for some plays around the map here. This time it's really just the Twisted Fate. The Nunu kind of came in late, and the Vayne was kind of already dead at that point. Didn't really matter. But the Vayne will have those summoners back up. Lunar will have Flash and Heal. Rematch will have both of his summoners as well. So all the summons are basically back up both sides here. A couple TPs that are down. Rebnon the only one with teleport up. But the flashes, everyone's got them. You get a flash. You get a flash. You all get flashes. But Akuma actually, their bot lane making a roam up into the river. A control ward will spot them out here. Oatmeal Napkin with a good dodge on the bomb. CS still in Fluke's favor. Will now be about 15, 16 because of that roam from the Twisted Fate, but definitely worth it in my book. As he did get the kill and helped out his bot lane significantly, which I call worth. Especially at this level of play, I think that helping your teammates out, helping you snowball around the map, way more valuable than 10 CS for me. Akuma, not in really that bad of a spot though. They have the Vayne here. Certainly she's died. She's a little bit behind in CS, but not that much. She's farming up, you know, decently here. The hook will miss. Lunar with a good dodge this time with the tumble. Of course, we do have some carry here, sitting behind everyone looking for a play. Baby's pushing into them, so maybe he can find the gank. Got the jungler topside though on the Nunu, trying to steal away some camps. He's gonna get this Gromp and maybe the wolves as well. So they should know he's down the bot side of the map. Should be very clear that the Jarvan is here, as Nunu's not being contested and no one's getting ganked. So he's very clearly on the bot side of the map at this stage. And rematch going in. Brodast, he's got the flash, but he doesn't even need it. Add the Relentless Pursuit on cooldown, but that time we'll use it to get away. 10 minutes in here, Infernal Dragon and 1,000 gold are the advantages, of course, the kill. So that's making up a decent part of the gold lead here for Inferno. But they're, I feel like, sitting in a really comfortable position. Akuma not scared, though, at this stage here. Lunar will take a lot of damage. Big culling comes out. Big chunk on Lunar. He's got the lifesteal already picked up for himself. But that will take a little bit to sustain that. In the meantime, though, some carries spend so much time down bot lane that Alive will just take the Rip Shard. He's like, hey, if you're not going to come up to the top side of the map, I'll just take it. Some carries still sitting on a ward as well. He's devoted a lot of time to helping out his bot lane, which feels almost necessary at this point. But it's going to cost them a lot here. As the Goat James will hop away. But now the Rip Shard will smack into the turret. And Rebnon and Alive will pick up a lot of damage here. On it, just one plating left on that top lane turret, and we're at 11 minutes, so plenty of time to pick that last plating up. Oatmeal Napkin doing a great job kiting us out. We'll get hit by one of the bombs, but dodges the other, and was able to pull them anyway, so we could actually CS all of it. Very nicely played here. I believe Oatmeal Napkin is a sub, if I'm not mistaken. But he's doing a great job so far. Wasn't given a particularly challenging matchup, I don't think. Zillion's not a very scary champion to lane against, necessarily. But he can get harassed out of lane. Like, Zillion is by no means a champion you can just sit there and walk up to him and ignore him. But he's done a good job with it, you know? And that roam was huge. It's the only real advantage that has been gained in the game. It is what allowed them to take the dragon after they killed the Vayne there. So nicely played so far. Lane 0. Though they've got their top laner up 20 CS, their bot lane is sitting up about a wave, and they drew so much attention that some carry stood there for like a minute and a half and got nothing. Wasn't able to really farm anything because all the camps were down, and he just kind of sat there and babysat his lane for a little bit. So their bot lane is, you know, actually getting a lot done on the map here. The side lane's really doing a good job here for Inferno. Hook's gonna miss, but Age Wizard putting a lot of pressure on him at this moment. They gotta respect him walking up. He's just forcing them away from the mini wave here. They can't really contest it, can't control the mini wave in any way. Rebnon and Goat James gonna go ahead and fight once again here. Alive went for the Moby boost in Cinderhook. Kind of interesting choice on the Nunu here, but we're going on to the second Drake here. So Mountain Hook gonna miss. Oatmeal Napkin, he shouldn't be in much trouble here. Actually, the hook does land, excuse me. Some carry will come down. He'll revive thanks to the Zillion, but he actually hasn't died yet. Oh, beautifully played. They timed it so when he came out of the ult, he would die here, and as well, rematch gonna go down here. Oh, Fluke missed the blast cone. He's gonna flash away, but Oatmeal Napkin comes in. He's gonna flash and get the kill. Lunar going deep into enemy territory here. Age Blizzard and Brodas both going to survive, though. Getting away here. Lunar trying to make it out, but Live is on the chase. Oatmeal Napkin here with the autos. In the end, he will get the kill. Oatmeal Napkin with a brilliant play, chasing down the Zillion, who missed the blast combo. He's a ranged tip, and he just stood too far out of range. He didn't actually get knocked back by it. And brilliantly played there. The Jarvan went in with the Cataclysm, but he's just got the Warrior. Very, very squishy. They end up ulting them there. Luke does, but they wait until it times out to actually kill him with the Absolute Zero, as well as the other AoE damage there. Alive and Oatmeal Napkin playing that situation brilliantly, and they pick up a second Drake and a couple more kills here. 5-0 in kills, and now the goal lead 4K for Lane 0 Inferno here with a Mountain and an Infernal to boot. They're feeling great here as we get the Triforce and Zeo completions in the mid lane for Oatmeal Napkin and Blade the Ruined King there in the bot lane for Brodas. Got a lot of money sitting on the top lane as well. 2,500. He'll be able to finish an item when he goes back. You're definitely feeling great here about Lane 0 Inferno's position after that fight. Plating has fallen, but they're happy with that as they can go ahead and knock down these turrets even that much faster. They don't really need the goal at the moment. More just about pushing the pace of the game, I think. After they picked up so much gold off that fight, off the turret platings earlier on. The farm advantage is still there in the top lane, and you know, it's pretty much evened out in the mid lane. Oatmeal Napkin has only 5 down at the moment here. Now, if you count the blue buff, he's a little bit more, but he's done a great job so far. Really impressed with this guy. Again, not the most challenging lane, but, you know, Zillion's still someone you gotta respect, and he's done a great job moving around the map. That's really where his strengths have laid this game here, and Oatmeal Napkin alive going in the mid lane. Lucas here, he's gonna revive on that ultimate, but definitely worth that cooldown. The revive is so worth a gold card in a big snowball from Nunu. Nicely played there, didn't get the flash, of course that was on cooldown, but they got the ult. That's a huge one. And Oatmeal Napkin able to continue to push in the Zillion, it looks like. As some carrying alive, we're going to fight in the jungle alive. He doesn't have any armor yet, and he's going down pretty low here. Absolute Zero channel, but is not going to do enough. Some carry going to come in. Stunned by Oatmeal Napkin. He's looking for the autos. One more will do it. He finds a kill, a trade kill here, and Fluke will back off, but double buffs over to Oatmeal Napkin. Definitely cannot fight that one. So a trade there in the jungle, alive. Not worth a ton of gold or anything. Worth a normal amount of stage here. Revnon and Legoat James going at it. Again, conquer both these guys. Doing a lot of damage to one another here. The ult was dropped by Revnon here. And dropped here. The Fear Ground Death for Legoat James. Revnon going to stay above the threshold. And Legoat James will flash out. Trade of flashes there and ultimates in the top side. Brodas and Age Wizards are looking for the kill on this turret. They will find it in the end. Maul was able to help out. Lunar going to block here for rematch, and Lunar going very low. The condemn here. Brodas trying to give chase to Lunar. We'll get a speed up on the shield there. Rematch repaying the favor. That's a lot of damage. He won't be able to stay now. This wave will crash into the turret without the Vayne picking it up, which is huge. You want to get as much CS onto her as possible, and right now she's down over 30 CS there in the bot lane. It's dead even in the mid lane here, and a 30 CS lead in the top lane. Lane 0 Inferno leading everywhere. Despite having lost a little bit in laning phase, the Oatmeal Napkin has come back, and even in CS here, he's got that Rapid Fire Cannon already completed here after that Triforce. Just 17 minutes. He's got 4 kills. Alive has died once, but that's the only death on the team. Did go for Mobies. I thought that was really interesting that the didn't even go for Mobies, but he has been very active on the map. He's moving around quite a bit, so did get some value. And hey, if it gets you an Infernal in a mountain, I'd say Mobi's over. Now Brodas gonna dash in and get some damage on the Fluke. And Oatmeal Napkin rotating to the bot lane. He's got his ultimate, no TP. But we'll be able to join the mid lane fight if it does go down, but certainly not top lane. Another dragon will be spawning in a few minutes. A minute or so. But we should be in a good spot for Inferno to take this one. Shouldn't be a contest on this third dragon. Unless some carry goes in for the hero steal, I doubt we will see a fight over it. As Inferno trying to break down this mid lane turret, but they don't really have a siege composition. A lot of melees and a low range AD carry. Well, technically Thresh is a range champion, but he is one of the lowest range champions in the game, him or Khan. So, yeah, I don't really count. I think he's a long range melee champion. He doesn't even have a projectile, so. Hook gonna go in. We'll miss Lunar. More damage on the mid lane turret. They get another couple of hits in every wave, but it's taking a while. Rematch the culling. Oh, good. Condemn there from Ludar to save his AD carry once again. Excuse me, his support, rather. He's the AD carry. But another dragon picked up in the meantime, the ocean. Really nice pickup there. Gold lead now is roughly 7 to 8k depending on how you count. I'm rounding quite a bit here. And it's fluctuating all the time, so it's kind of hard to count. Because of the influx of gold, like when you take a turret like this, Lunar will not get hooked this time. Age of Blizzard again. He hasn't had that many hooks, but the pressure his hooks have provided. He's positioned well in the lane. And he's forced them back, so while they've been dodging the hooks, they've been forced back and have missed CS here. You see 176 CS on Brodast to 139 now on Lunar. That's over 30, almost 40 advantage for the Inferno bot lane. And that's partially thanks to the support, right? CS isn't just about the last inning with the pressure you provide in the lane so the enemy team can't last it. And you can do it more comfortably here. So that's very much a dual lane thing here. Some carry will get hooked by Age Wizard before his flag and drag can go through Brodast. He's looking for the kill and rematch, but the stopwatch will provide some time. Oatmeal Napkin. He's putting out some damage, but not able to find the kill. Remnon TP's in. We'll go. James will not TP, but he is already here anyway. Just walked over as the fight was taking place much closer to his base than it was to Remnon. So they're pushed up very far. Lane 0 Inferno, though, they've got the inner turret in the mid lane. 2 inners left in the side lanes, but they're onto the inhibitor turret. They find the hook on a little bit of James, and a bit of damage is going to go down to him. But he's going to hop away. He'll go half health. But oh my goodness, Fluke a little bit happy on the trigger finger there. He's going to end up using the ultimate. And the Chrono Shift is a 63-second cooldown, so it's actually getting decently low now. But a minute is still a long time. So there is a window there, but yeah, that Zillion ult so important in these fights. If you don't have the Zillion ulti, it feels so much worse to fight as a team comp. Like half the champion is the bomb stuns and then the ultimate, you know, or at least the CC, the slows as well. But the ult's so pivotal to that champion. Chrono Shift, one of the most powerful abilities in the game, but cooldowns are a thing. So gotta play around that. But Luden's Echo picked up by Fluke. He did not go the Rod of Ages route. He's gonna go the tier into Luden's. So he'll go Seraph Luden's instead of Rod of Ages and Seraphs or something like that. So he's a little bit less tanky, but he does have the damage, the extra damage there, the flat mana, and the passive mana regeneration that you get when you level up and all that stuff. From the Lost Chapter, anyway. Plus the CDR as well. That's important too, 10%. Nothing to scoff at when you do have long cooldowns. As the Zillion. This is a very squishy Jarvan. It's important to note he went for the Electrocute Rune. He's gone for AD. Right now he doesn't even have defensive boots. He's just got Warrior and Cleaver. As this Fluke will get ulted by Revnon here. Into the Death Realm he goes. And we'll use the Chrono Shift to buy a bit more time, but I don't know if he's going to survive this revive, and Fluke will go down here. We'll go James chasing Obi Napkin into the side lane. He'll find the Fear Beyond Death. A solo kill there. 800 gold shutdown. But they kill the Zillion in the top side. This will allow Lane 0 Inferno to go to the Baron here. First hook going to miss from Age Wizard here. Culling going to come out, finds a bit of damage on the rematch. Baron at 25. Alive going to stay on it, and we get a pause. Nice. Nicely timed, guys. Well done. Okay. Okay, so we have a ping issue. It looks like Lunar is having a ping issue. So hopefully we get that resolved in a second here. Which is pretty pivotal. The Vayne could certainly pop off in this team fight. Right now has the Berserk Greaves in the Blade of the Ruined King. And that's enough as the Vayne to actually kill everyone. It just takes a bit longer than it would with, Rage Blade. But because of the percent health damage you have from the Blade of the Ruined King, from your W, the Silver Bolt, you can actually kill everyone straight up here. If you have the ult go crazy with it, you can certainly do something. So she is by no means useless in this fight. Gonna make sure that's get resolved. Maybe we'll get a reset in here. But lane 0 Inferno, they're on the Baron. It's at 15k right now. I'll actually move us back over here to the live game screen. I like to move over just so that nothing's given away, no information or anything, but everyone knows what's going on. So I don't think I need to, because everyone's seen on the map right now, so I don't think I need to hide the map or anything. Hide the game. But lane 0 Inferno, they're on the Baron. It's at 15k. And right now, I don't think some carry and rematch can get in there fast enough. The only thing that really could be done by Akuma here is try and kill them before they back. Especially if you find someone backing like desynced and you get the stragglers. If you come in, 2 of the people already have backed and the rest of the members haven't, then you can maybe pick off 2 of the members of Inferno. Then you have 2 less Barons. Maybe you pick off Revnon. And then you don't have a Baron in the side lane, which would be huge. So there's actually pretty meaningful, while the Baron will go over, there's some meaningful things that could happen at the end of this, which is why it's especially important the Vayne is available. But certainly a situation you need to play out correctly here. So with that kill in the side lane, a lot of gold was gained by Legoat James. He's actually going to be at, what's he going to be at now? 73k here, which is significantly behind his counterpart in the top lane, but that's a huge gold influx for him. You can see the 2k gold lead at the 80 carry position, 3k in the mid lane for Inferno. Gold leads everywhere, including the support position, which is over 1,000 here, and that totals for a 9k gold lead, almost a bit under, about 8,700-ish. But they are significantly ahead here. So this Baron definitely represents a possibility of ending the game here, especially with the mid lane already being all the way down to the inhibitor turret. There's just 2 inners left in the side lanes, and those will be taken very quickly with the Baron. Those will not stand. Really, the only thing that can stand is the base, but you look at wave clear options. Look at James. He's got a little bit of AoE, a little bit of wave clear. Zillion, same thing, but those cooldowns are pretty long, and a bomb at this stage in the game, he doesn't have enough damage to actually kill a Baron up wave with bombs. He certainly does not. So we're going to get the resume here, and that will be the Baron going over. Very early smite there. Alive actually smited it down to 30. DP coming in, but this is a bit of a mistake, I think, for the Ghost James. He's going to find the hole here, and Age Wizard will use the stopwatch. The Ghost James getting damaged up. Revnon will find the kill. Rematch very low. He's got to flash away here. Lunar going in deep, but he's going to get smacked down by Revnon. Double kill for him. Rematch going to get killed. A nice play by Age Wizard. He's actually going to hit the last hit there with that damage on that auto attack. And it was a valiant effort by Akuma, but they get wiped on that team fight. Zillion the only one to be left alive, and that was because he died earlier on. So now the Baron play begins here in the top side. Rodas coming in. And Alive going to get that demolished proc, and that should be a dead inner turret. There you go. They're going to back here. And now just 1 inner turret left in the base. And Lane 0 Inferno looking strong here. Infinity Edge completed here for Oatmeal Napkin. And Infinity Edge not ready for Rodas, but he's got the Blade of the Ruined King and Essence Reaver and a BF sword. Plus Berserker Greaves. He's very strong. Look at Revnon. He doesn't have that. He actually go for the Rylai's. He went for Leandri's, went for Verzonia's, and got a kill gem. So I'm not sure what that's actually going to be. that's kind of interesting, actually. I kind of want the game to stall out now so we can see what that item will be. Because he has a Blasting Wand and a Kill Gem, which I don't think build into anything. So he's got parts for another item. But yeah, he went for, like, he basically went for the Seeker's Arm Guard for laning phase against the AD champion, like Theragot, and then he went Leandri's, and then he went to finish that Zonies, and now he's got a few other sorted items here. Rematch can take a lot of damage in the mid lane once again. Revdon. Gonna slam down like a Goat James while he's trying to clear up his waves, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Alive coming in for the dive with AD Wizard and Brodass here as well. They're gonna miss the snowball, gonna miss the hook, but the blade does land. The pullback will buy a little bit of time, but Brodass makes short work of that inner turret. Now just the base remaining here. Lanes are Inferno marching down 24 minutes in. They got plenty of time left on this Baron. The kills 2 to 12. The goal lead 14k at this stage. Revnon walking laser in the bottom side here as Lanes are Inferno. The rest of the members go into the mid lane and find that inhibitor in a moment. The auto's coming through. They find it. Now in the bottom side, they will most likely kill this inhibitor turret. And we do have mini wave crashing in the mid lane in just a moment here. Twitch the Fate ult gonna take him to the top side, so he's gonna push in on the third side, but already 2 inhibitors down. This may have been a mistake. The engage is gonna come through. The Cataclysm lands here. It's got 3 members of Inferno. Brodass coming in from the side. Absolute does a lot of damage. Fluke. Oh, he's gonna use the zonies to buy some time. Brodass dashes back over the wall to go James. He's gonna have to run away now. Flashback over from Brodass. He's giving chase. Opening the map with a stun here. The gold card finds it. Rematch. He's gonna get away from that one, but this looks to be the end of the game here. Akuma, I don't think there's any way they can stave off this defeat here. Opening the map finds another gold card stun here. Rematch. And Fluke go down to the back line. Brodass here. Rematch. He's trying to run away. He's the last member, but he's gonna get gobbled up by the Nunu. It's snack time. Nunu is full now. You got just one Nexus turret left, and that'll be the game. Lane 0 Inferno taking it in 26 minutes. 4 to 17 the kills. The gold lead, well, 17k. A really nice game 1 performance from these guys. Lane 0 Inferno gonna take it. Not the fastest game we've seen, but certainly a very quick one. A very methodical finish as well. They didn't just rush down. They took the Baron, got the picks, and then took the inner turret. Reset, came back with a bunch of guys, and played the map very well. A little bit of a preemptive ultimate, I think, there from Oatmeal Napkin. Almost cost his team, you know, maybe a lost team fight there. Probably wouldn't have been the game. But, yeah, was a little... I think should have stayed, or at least ulted out of vision, because once they saw that, they knew it was a 4v5, because Twist Fate couldn't come back over because he just used the ulti. So, a small blunder there, but it really didn't matter. And then they were so far ahead anyway, it really didn't matter. They won this team fight 4v5, and then Twisted Fate came in and helped clean it up. So, nicely played. We're going to take a short break here before we get into game 2, so I can go get some water, and these guys can get ready here for the second game. That's a pretty tough game to lose, I think. So it's nice to reset the head here, get some more ideas for the champ select, and hopefully Akuma can come back out, because they had some few moments. They had a few good plays there, but you know, Go James a solo kill, but in the end, you know, a pretty convincing win there. So we'll be back in just a few moments here for game 2. So stick around, and we'll see you then.
Whiskey Delta.
Okay, starting off here in game 2, we switch sides. Akuma is going to be on the red side here. Inferno on the blue. Still have the first pick. But pretty similar bands so far. Corky, Hecarim, and then Darius for Akuma on the other side here. And going to follow from Nunu. So, going to take away the jungler that was played last game by Alive. But the other three picks were, the other three champions were banned last game here. And Sivir banned in game 1 as well. So, Lanes are Inferno sticking to their guns. Akuma switching it up a little bit. We'll see what the last one is. Revnon does like the Urgot. Ended up playing Mordekaiser last game. But no Yuumi ban this time around because they end up going for the Yuumi, or for the Nunu and the Twisted Fate. So the Yuumi's actually going to be the first pick here, which makes a lot of sense. Very rarely is it not banned away. Pretty much, I don't know if it's a 100% pick ban in Sugar Free League. I feel like that's not the case, but it is very highly contested in pro play and pretty much everywhere. So Silas is going to follow it up. Alistair, wow, okay. Well, I mean, this could be a Yasuo composition. I've seen that before, where you just get 4 champions with knockups and a Yasuo, and you go nuts with it. And Silas does have a knockup, I believe, and you could potentially steal one if Flame Zero picked one, but it's gonna be a Jarvan to start things off here in the jungle here for Alive. So same jungler so far. We had Nunu and Jarvan in game 1. We'll see what the pick is, but Jarvan once again here in game 2. Almost Napkin, Twisted Fate got banned out. So they're going to go for the Caitlyn Yuumi, it looks like, up against the Alistair. And now Akuma actually switched to Lucian at the last second here, so it's going to be Yuumi, Lucian. Didn't actually notice that. Lucian pretty good, can dodge out on Alistair combo, I think, if you time the Relentless Pursuit right. And combos well, the Yuumi being able to move around the final chapter when she ults, because you are such a mobile champion, and you throw your culling down on top of that. I think a really nice combo together. Rek'Sai gonna be the option for some carry here, which is surprising. I haven't seen her in a while, but still very good. And I think that Akuma is going to go for a pretty early game focused strategy this time around. They definitely don't want to let it get to a later stage in the game. That is not their intention at all. I think with what we've seen so far, Mordecai is going to be banned alongside Draven. So fearing the Draven Alistair combo. Lucian and Yuumi very squishy. So if you do let a Draven go through, that is a very scary lane to be in. And now you're still picking your AD carry here. What are your options? If you have Alistair already, you've got to pick something that's got lane presence.
I'll just be over here. Sharpening my
Draven and Xayah were definitely the go-to AD carries there. Caitlyn, I mean, is available. That's not really a great combo. Jhin combos well with Alistair, but isn't really a good champion right now. So kind of wonder what they'll go down in the bot lane. Could be a mage in the bot lane. Saw Orianna in the bot lane this weekend on Friday, which worked out pretty well. Or actually, that was last weekend. Excuse me. It's all blurring together. It was last weekend in a different league. But that was actually part of the Yasuo composition I was talking about. And they played Orianna in the bot lane with Alistair. But Swain picked up here, so it could be Swain Alistair. I think that's definitely a possibility in the bot lane. They combo well together. And there's so little health between Lucian and Yuumi that you don't really need the consistent DPS. Like, Swain can burst you down pretty quickly, and the basic autos early on won't, do so much damage here. Cassiopeia going to be option in the middle lane here for Omegle Napkin. So he will not have the same map presence here, which is it's a consideration. Because now I feel like the shoe is kind of on the other foot. Lane 0 are very much playing the more passive composition here. That's gonna be beholden to the other side. You know, they're gonna play reactively. But this time we're gonna get Garen pick in the top lane for Revnon. I've seen him play this, I believe, before. Revnon seems like definitely one of our most solid top laners. I haven't seen him play poorly yet. He's definitely had on and off games, but I haven't seen him play poorly. Definitely seems like one of our most consistent players. And Garen is kind of like, to me, the epitome of a consistent champion. He's always going to do what Garen's going to do. Now, if he's ahead, he can certainly like kill people pretty quickly with his ultimate and, you know, comes down, silences you, spins around for a little bit, and just kills you. Like, he can just kill AD carries so fast, or just squishy champions in general. But he's always going to come in. He's always going to be tanky. Sometimes he'll be more tanky than others, right? But he's always going to be tanky. He's always going to be a real nuisance to deal with. But we're going to have the Garen Aatrox matchup in the top lane. Jarvan versus Rek'Sai in the jungle. Cassiopeia versus Sylas in the mid lane. Lucian and Yumi versus Swain and Alistar in the bot lane. So like I was thinking, we are going to get that mage back in the bot lane, which means that Akuma is really very much on a clock this time. They have no AD carry, no range DPS. They're all melee except for Swain, but he's not a melee champion. He has range damage, but he's like so about getting into the team fight that Akuma is so based on just diving the enemy team. You know what I mean? Getting in there, getting nice, close, and personal with the enemy's team. Will be TP for both, both carries in the bot lane. Can't really call them AD carries. Sylas and Cassiopeia both taking that ignite, and top laners taking the TP, of course. But Garen so often is, you know, talked about as a really good champion into Riven because the ability to silence her. She doesn't really do much without her abilities. She builds AD, of course, but she's so focused on her abilities that, like, would you silence her? She just can't really trade into you. And you get a very nice window where you can take a very advantageous one. In Aatrox, his autos hurt, but he's so much about, you know, using the Qs. That's where all his damage comes from. You know, Garen, he can just kind of run past them, silence you, and then take a big trade against you. I think that this may be actually a very solid matchup for the Garen. I feel like Aatrox is a little bit better than Riven because you can kind of hold the Garen in arm's length with your abilities, with the ability to sort of kite back and then knock him up with your Umbral Dash, and then slice him with that sword, knock him up, keep him away from you. The chains as well, a tool to keep the Garen at bay. So this feels better than Riven, but I don't know. I feel like the Garen still feels comfortable here. Cassiopeia versus Sylas will definitely be very interesting. Sylas has that magic shield, but Cassiopeia scales so well that I feel like it rounds the composition very well for Inferno. As Lucian, not going to be the late game, you know, powerhouse you're looking for to close out the game here. Because lane 0 do need something to be super strong in the late game. Because despite Akuma, you know, not having any carry, you still need something that's powerful in the late game as well. So with Lucian Cassiopeia, I feel like you definitely do have that outscaling factor here for Inferno. So if Akuma don't snowball the game, I feel very worried for them. But that's just my conjecture here. Gonna take a quick break, another minute or so on the spectator light, and then we'll hop into game here once we load into that. So stick around, we'll be back in just like a minute or so. Assuming we load in and don't have a freaking pause, right? As soon as we get in. But hopefully that won't happen in a second game. And yeah, we'll be back here, so. Okay. Loaded in, no pauses yet.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
And, yeah. Looks like we're okay. Akuma gonna be stacking, though, in the brush. Rek'Sai, either red buff, actually the Raptor brush. Actually just back, okay, interesting. Oh, placed a ward. It looks like the Rek'Sai placed a ward, went back to get the sweeper. And Akuma was stacking in the entrance to the river. The prowling projectile will miss.
Minions have spawned.
So,
I would not ask of anyone what I would not do.
the Swain matchup will definitely be really interesting to look at. I think bot lane's probably going to be a very cool lane to see. Cool Garen skin as well. Haven't seen that one before. Mooncat Alistair, a classic. Maybe we'll get some doinks in here. And a pause. Nice. Okay. Well. Never mind then. We have more lagging. Lunar is apparently having some more connection issues, so we will go ahead and wait that out. Make sure he's all ready to go. And okay, so we got an unpause here. There's some questions about the pause time and stuff per match. Luke trying to go in for an aggressive trade level 1, but we'll miss those second cast there. We'll not find the abduct. Garen also cheesing that tribe brush a little bit. Got a little bit of damage. Nothing crazy though. Now you'd think bot lane would be in favor of the Alistair Swain combo. Maybe not level 1, but level 2, level 3, where you get very scared as Lucian and Yuumi here. So you do see them, they're kind of in the advantage here because Swain autos don't do a ton of damage here. They're, you know, it's a double range lane versus, you know, 1. So it makes sense that they would give up the push level 1, but I feel like the push should really be in favor, or at least the pressure in the lane should be in favor of the Kuma duo. He has that threat of the all-in. And Akuma do have a very specific plan in mind, I think. Gonna get aggressive at some point in this game. They've got to, otherwise kind of wasting these champions. So here we got a gank topside. Some carry level 3 here. He's gonna find the knock of the chains pull back Aaron. Revnon in trouble. Gonna get bitten and then slapped down by that sword. Biting someone in the butt seems kind of rude, but some carry is gonna do it regardless. A flash trade though. 2 flashes there for the flash of Revnon. The kill, of course, making that worth it, giving them the advantage, but Jarvan will be able to counter jungle here. Gonna find the wolves. Already took the blue, I believe, and gonna take the Gromp as well on the way out here. So gonna take the full bot side here of the Rek'Sai, who is still sitting up top side. Backing now. He's got nothing to go to though. He kind of needs to trade the jungles and you know, establish that vertical jungling pattern, but he hasn't done so yet. Already made another move back up topside, but Revnon sniffs that one out and is able to just back off in time. Already got the boots, which I think is a real smart move in this situation than just getting like armor or something. And Jarvan will be able to take the full bot side, take the Scuttle Crab. Yeah, the Rek'Sai gonna go and find out there's nothing there. And he's gonna make a trip bot side here, so he's missed a lot of time. Here comes the combo, finds a knockup. Now that's probably a dead Lucian here. The exhaust used, but now he's got to run in his own as his AD carry has fallen. He will survive, but the Lucian goes down. Had to use the flash just for the ignite of rematch. A nice gank there. Should have been. I think they should have been wise to this one. Jarvan went over, found that the wolves were up, so there's only one place the Rek'Sai can be, which is the bottom side of the map, which means that he's gonna gank you because he has nothing to get over here. The Scuttle Crab's already dead. He has no camps to take. Like, there's nothing else for him to do on the map right now. He's gonna gank bot lane. So maybe he made a miscommunication issue, or maybe the Jarvan backed and assumed that the Rek'Sai was topside, and he didn't make it to the camp quick enough to actually see that it wasn't down. But regardless, they do go down in the bot lane here. So 2 kills to start things off. Gold lead 800-ish. Well, it's fuck. Okay, it just changed. But there is a significant goal lead here for Akuma. 5.5 minutes in. Revnon down 18 CS at the moment. He'll even up a little bit, but should be at least 15-ish by the time this wave crashes, assuming they get everything. 20 CS lead in the mid lane, though. Oatmeal Napkin taking a 2 fluke right now. Jungle, a slight advantage for the Jarvan, and bot lane, Rodas with Courier CS, but the kill, of course, went over. Fluke gonna miss that one, actually hits the minion. Trying to find that engage on Oatmeal Napkin. MVP minion there. MVM, most valuable minion. And Alive will take a blue buff. Just farming next to some carry who's on the Gromp. They're gonna find each other though, and the fight will start, both level 5. So the Gromp will be stolen away, but the blue buff is secured. Again, that's stuttering. It's all leaky. So they use different tools to spectate than we get for their professional games, the LCS and whatnot. Fluke gonna dash away there. Alive making it out, but the re-engage comes in. Fluke able to dodge the Petrify engage here, but he's gonna go down before teammates can come in to help out. Lunar flashes, but Alive gonna dodge out on the Never Move with his own flash. So trade of flashes there, and they get the carry on the mid lane. Fluke was a little bit too eager to go back in. Didn't wait for the teammates to come in, and he went down, and they lost. They weren't able to really find anything off the back of that one. He was already dead, and then enemy mid lane and jungler were already moving away here. Alive actually went for the team map. Went for Conqueror, but he ends up going team mat, so would indicate to me an AD build. So kind of interesting. He had Electrocute last game on the AD Jarvan. Conqueror is usually a sign of the tank variant. Variant is the correct way of saying that word, but yeah, I don't know. Now we got another gank here in the bot lane. It looks like flashing by some carry, finds a knock up onto Alive. Never move, pull back, come in the combo by rematch, and now, oh, that kitty in a bit of trouble here. Found a little bit of a companion to hop onto, but she's going to go down and kills the AD carry in the process. A big play there. 3 kills over to Akuma. And now that gold lead spiking up to 2K. And the Power Dragon will be able to be picked up off the back of this one. And some carry. He's 3-0-2, getting very, very scary here as we do have a fight in the mid lane. Fluke doing a lot of damage, but Oatmeal Napkin good on the kiting here. Comes out slightly ahead on that trade, but not by much. And Revnon doing his best to stay safe in this top side. He's down 20 CS. Really got screwed off that gank early on. And Garen's not a champion that can CS safely easily. Has no ranged abilities whatsoever. I mean, the ultimate, but you can't even kill minions with that if you wanted to. And you don't want to, so... Now you've got a very scared Rek'Sai, and while Lane's Inferno, I felt really good about the early game. With Rek'Sai, you know, he lost all the camps on the bot side. You thought it'd be really tough for him to get back. He just kind of ganked. He was like, all right, I don't have camps to clear. I'll just gank everyone. And I feel like he's kind of gotten a free pass. Kind of got outpassed in the jungle, but kind of got bailed out by the fact he was able to just gank people. And now he's found himself in a really nice position here. As a fight in the river here between the two mid laners. The Aatrox coming down. The Goat James, though, won't make it in time to help get a kill on the mid lane. There's still 20 CS lead in the mid lane here. 15 in the bot lane. In favor of Inferno. The only lane that they're actually losing in is top lane, which is, you know, a sizable lead there. But that's, you know, they're winning 2 lanes. And they're down 2.5k in gold. And by 4 kills and a dragon. So impressive. They managed to stay, you know, even in CS here, or ahead, you know. But even overall in terms of gold through CS, I think maybe actually a little bit ahead. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, doing the actual math, they're actually ahead in CS. Money gained by CS, but now Alive in trouble. Here comes the big ult, but some character gonna find it with a Void Rush. Only on the app, not able to save his jungler. Here comes Revnon, a good TP by him. He's gonna find the silence there onto the cow, but the kill will go down onto the Swain there. Omen Napkin trying to kite out, but he's going in the wrong direction. He's gonna get, oh, good flash. We'll actually save him for now, but it's just gonna be a matter of time before he goes down. And a 1-for-1 trade overall. Well, Alive did go down actually, so it's more like a 2-for-1. All things considered, and you had to use Revnon's TP. And the Goat James, his is actually on cooldown, but he got a lot of damage on the turret there. Just 2 platings left. I think another great play there for Akuma, firing back in the second game with an aggressive strategy. And now the gold lead over 3. A 4-0 Rek'Sai as well. The lane's not in a huge advantage or anything, but the fact that this Rek'Sai is so strong becomes a real problem. Don't really have the tools to deny the Rek'Sai. Jarvan Cataclysm doesn't really stop him. Garen with a silence could, but you know, slows and walls don't really stop a Rek'Sai. So you're kind of relying on the Petrifying Gaze, a stun from that, a silence from the Garen. But that's really all you got. I mean, Flag and Drag can also do it, but that's dodgeable in some ways here. As a gank in the mid lane, Opial Napkin is in trouble once again. No flash means he's dead. Rematch. Some carry. Gonna start out that Rift Herald after his mid lane goes down. And more trading in the top side. Grass procs for Revnon and Conqueror for the Aatrox. Brodass now. He's gonna have to dodge out. Last chapter will come through, flash away. They'll find the root on the Fluke. He's actually gonna go down. The culling coming through. Went a little bit too far on that dive. Alive now coming in. Finds the guy on to rematch. There's no way to get out of that one. And Side's combo backing on to Brodass. Hopefully going to be used by Lunar. And Rematch going to flash in. Finds the stun, but Brodass, the shield, the healing. Oh, will finally go down to one last auto from Lunar. And the healing immense here. The damage, no, not enough at the end of the ult to find any more kills. But a 2-for-1 in favor. Oh, Remnant coming in with a big ultimate. The shutdown there onto some carry. Now we'll go. James is going back and finds a lot of damage onto Oatmeal Napkin. Remnant and Oatmeal Napkin will survive, though. They get the kill on some carry. And actually managed to save the inner turret despite the Rift Herald being there. Positive play on the map for Lane 0 Inferno for sure. They'll go James to steal away this blue buff though. And probably the Grok. So he's just going to take out all the enemy jungle camps here as his lead continues to grow in the top lane. But now the Garen actually has 2 kills. He's got the Black Cleaver completed. Not actually in the worst positions you could be after getting ganked when he did and falling behind. You know, you'd feel much better about it. Now, but he is down 40 CS. Well, 35-ish, 37. Oatmeal Napkin though, he's going in on Lego. James alive is here as well, but Lego James trying to run away. Flag and Dragon will find the knock-up and the kill. Alive going to be credited with that one. Hex Flash over. They find the knock-up here onto Alive. The Stolen Cataclysm will lock him in. Fluke's going to find the kill. Slow from the chains here, but Revnon and Oatmeal Napkin trying to come and help contest this dragon, but no, it goes over. Mountain already dead. Dash away here, but Rodat's going to get knocked up and knocked down. You're going to have to find another companion here. He's going to find a way out on Oatmeal Napkin. Revnon has a flash to get over this wall. Will use it. And, not what they were looking for there. 1 for 0, and then they lose the dragon. The test was pretty optimistic. They were down a man there and just really kind of walked into a bad spot. But we'll get some damage back on the mid lane turret. Petrifying Gaze used. Oatmeal Napkin a little bit hopeful. Good dodge by Fluke. Lunar comes down with the Cataclysm. Brodass in here. Lunar locked him out of the Cataclysm alive with a nice play. Very basic gank, but very effective. And they find another kill. You know, Inferno's clawing their way back in. You know, the kills are only 11-7. And at one point it was 5-1, a significant lead there, but they've been trading kind of kill for kill here since. You know, the kill lead is still 4. The gold lead has grown a little bit, about 3,700 at the moment. But they have managed to just kind of hang in there after a really poor early game, which is what you hope for, right? They're up in CS in some lanes, have clawed back in places. Inferno feel much better. Again, they have a significant scaling advantage here. The Cassiopeia Illusion will be way more useful in the late game than the Silas and the Swain. Now, Swain's a great team fighter, no doubt about it, but there is no consistent backline damage. You know, their composition is great at skirmishing, at team fighting, I think. But at a certain point, the power of that team fight is reduced by just the effectiveness of gold and items. You know, they just don't have that same effectiveness. They don't have that same scaling with gold that you do on the other side. And as a result, you feel like the late game, you know, 10k gold is where they just lose. But some carry, not trying to get there. Will get stunned by Petrifying Gaze and dunked down by Remnon. Fluke going over, he'll find a trade kill onto Live. Both junglers dead here. Legochian is giving chase, but he will miss. Good kiting by Oatmeal Napkin here. And the bot lane culling going to be used, interrupted by rematch. Here comes the final chapter, taking a lot of damage here. Definitely a positive trade for Inferno here. And Lunar actually going to waste the ult a little bit. Popped it very late. And well, they'll just kite back on that one. Prowling projectile will miss. But I think if you're trading 1 for 1 as Inferno, especially your junglers there, you're very happy with it. And Oatmeal Napkin gonna interrupt the back. Oh, we missed the cannon. Not worth. Yeah, just miss microed a little bit there. But does annoy the enemy team, tilts them. So worth. Baron spawning in 2 minutes here. Dragon a couple minutes off as well. Revenant's still struggling here in CS department, but he has clawed back as well. He's actually found 3 kills with that handy dandy ulti.
Crown for everyone.
Now Silas going for the Ludens after that Proto Belt. Lunar almost completed the stacks on that Rod of Ages. Will be going Zonia's after, which makes a lot of seconds. Grievous Wounds already picked up though. By Brodas, very smart move by him. You'd think that Minapi will get a Morello as well. And you already have Grievous Wounds on Revdon in the form of that Bramble Vest. But it does only work if you auto him, so Lunar probably won't be doing that. But Petrifying Gaze in the bush. Oatmeal Napkin, he's got the Ignite. He's found the damage, and he's going to find the solo kill. The cheese in the brush. Great flash. We'll dodge out the combo, but here comes the Cataclysm. And no more flash left for Oatmeal Napkin. He's trying to kite it out, but there's nowhere really to go. This final chapter here, but in the backline goes the Sump carry. Brodas will flash out and survive. The heal very late, but Brodas survives regardless. You know. Gonna use the Raptors to heal up here. But they can certainly kill the mid tower now. Brodas dashing in to find damage on the go. James alive, gonna back off as his TP comes in. I'm not gonna come in and reinforce his team. By the TP used by Lunar, and now they're gonna have to respond to this push to mid lane. Inferno. Only a small wave to clean up. And they will do so. Baron and Dragon both spawning here shortly. Another Cloud here, and Baron another 10 seconds off. 5 kills now for the Silas, most in the game. Tied with... Oh, hold on. The Yuumi in trouble gets found. Oh, dashes away here to Bodas. He's trying to kite out, but Lunar giving chase here. Fluke dashes in, finds the kill, and a second one on to Yuumi. Some carry coming in to reinforce Revnon. He's going deep here with the spins. Oatmeal Napkin gonna miss on that ultimate. Finds no stuns here. Revnon will find the kill onto the cow and most likely get out, but the chains pull him back. Just barely not able to survive. The chains, the buff to the slow certainly helped. Basically allowed that kill onto the Garen. And now the outer turret in the mid lane will fall. Dragon gonna be taken by some carry as well. And Oatmeal Napkin will clean up the wave, but a positive play for Akuma. 16 to 11 in kills here. The difference only 5, but the gold is 6,000. And now that you have Dragon spawning in a mountain, you can maybe take that. It's kind of tough to take a Baron as Akuma. They don't really have a ton of great tools to do that. You know, they have the mountain, but they don't really have a ton of consistent DPS. They don't really have a true tank. You know, they have Alistair, but he doesn't really absorb a lot of damage unless he uses ultimate going on. So they'll be able to tank it for a while. But like, it's very risky for them to do it. They don't have, you know, they don't have an ocean to heal up after trying to start it and backing off. So it definitely feels like they may have a tough time taking this Baron, which may be the saving grace here for lane 0 Inferno. As, oh, the pull in, Bodas, dash away from Lunar. The Golem coming out, and he should survive, but he is very low on HP. He's gonna have to go back to base, which could present a window for Akuma. They're going on to the inner turret now. And they demolish. And a proc. Fluke gonna miss the ducks, and that will be an inner turret there for a trade on the Bodas. That's exactly how they have to keep opening up the map. Find picks, find damage, force people back to base, and take the objective uncontested there. Akuma now moving over to the Baron, but just gonna plop down a ward or two, and maybe respond to the wave topside. But they're looking for a back here. Last chapter, we'll find the root on the Fluke. Catherine goes down. Fluke. Not much damage to follow up now. Alive is in trouble. Some carry goes into the backline. Petrifying Gaze finds a stun, and some carry will go down. That's a huge pick onto the enemy jungler here. And now, walking up the mid lane is Lane 0 Inferno onto this mid lane outer turret. That could be big to kill this one. That doesn't even have the pressure in the mid lane, but certainly relieves some of it. X flash over, the Alistar will not find the combo. In goes Flute though. Silence on him means he can do nothing. Pops into the backline with a Stone Clash onto Bodas, but he's gonna go down before he can find the kill. We'll go James onto Oatmeal Napkin. He's trying to kite away. And now, alive, he's in the backline. Will go down. Rebnon finds Silence onto the Swain, but there's really not enough damage here from Lane 0 Inferno. To go James, he's continuing to throw out those Qs, and now H is the last one alive. That will be the ace here. Lane 0 Inferno going down a 5-for-1 in the end. Beautifully executed team fight there by Akuma. At the end of that play, now they have some carry coming out of base as well. And we're going to get another pause. Okay. Quick pause, we're back. It's okay. On to the Baron they go. Nothing really happened while we were on, just a quick pause. Someone needed to check the door, but it's okay now. AK goalie now with the Baron. Akuma looked to be in a pretty good position. It was a 26-minute game 1. Game 2 could certainly be the same length. But again, the scaling is on the side of Inferno this time around. And they're the ones playing defense, so the sort of a flipped situation. But the big difference in this one is the wave clear. You know, last game there really wasn't much of it. You had a Vayne 80 carry, right? But Lane 0 Inferno, they have a Lucian who can wave clear decently. The Cassiopeia can wave clear decently as well. The Garen deals with waves okay. You know, if he's 1v1 versus Loki, we'll go James. He can certainly prevent him from taking an inhibitor turret for a while. A pretty long time, I think. Not forever, but for a long, long time. And you have a 3-item. You know, Cassiopeia, the Lucian lagging behind a little bit. But, you know, they've got quite a few items here. The one big downside right now is the Lucian does not going for the crypt build. He went for Play the Ruined King first, and now is going for Cleaver. So he doesn't scale as well, but he does get to his items faster. We may have a fight here. In they go. Flash in from Lunar, gonna use Zonia's, and this should be disengaged here from Inferno. They're gonna flash back out, but it's a huge root. Finds the fallback, and this should be the ace. A humongous team fight. Didn't even need to go James there. A 4-man team fight, and they wiped the floor with them. Akuma responding with a huge game 2 here, and they're just gonna forfeit. Okay. Well, that's one way to do it. But I don't know if the game was over. I think ending might have been a bit trickier than they had sort of given it credit for. The timers are only 20 seconds, so I think there was actually one more fight that would have taken place. So a little bit of premature FFF there, I think. In solo queue, I think you call it, but in an organized match, I don't know if you do. But it looks like we're gonna get ready for game 3. Nice and quick. So we'll just set up everything here. So give me a second, and we'll be ready for game number 3. Alrighty, so quickly into game number 3 here. Both games very, very quick. The second game there was 25 minutes technically because of the FF, but would have been about 26 minutes like game number 1 by the time they actually ended. So we've had very quick games, so I would imagine both teams are probably going to draft more early game centric. Well, as I say that, we're going to get a Sivir pick by Akuma first here. Very similar ban phase for Lane 0 Inferno. The only swap going to be that Swain, which they had a tough time dealing with in game 1, or game 2 rather. And identical to game 2 in terms of bans for Akuma, Darius, Nunu, and the Twisted Fate. But the pick's obviously going to be different. Sivir first pick, and Lane 0 is going to respond with the Yuumi, which they picked in game number 2 here. So I'm going to go back to it. Definitely don't think that was the problem. The execution and a few of the other picks and the way they interacted was the issue. In my opinion. But Skarner would certainly be very interesting. Alive going to pick up Skarner here. That's an interesting pickup for sure. I've seen a few Skarners here and there. Very powerful, and maybe this will indicate a pick composition for Lane 0 Inferno. Sivir, it's kind of interesting picking it into Sivir. You obviously have the Yuumi to come in and help speed you up, but the Sivir can spell shield and speed her own team up to run away from you. So kind of be an interesting interaction there. But Sivir into Yuumi Skarner, and then Rek'Sai Sylas picked back here. So Akuma sticking to what worked in game number 2 with that duo in the mid jungle. And Mordekaiser are going to be picked for Revnon. Not going for the Ergot, which is open here. We're going to pick the Mordekaiser, ban away the Aatrox, which feels pretty good to me. Lego James definitely favoring that, having some good performances on it. So, like where their head's at here. And a Nivea going to be banned. Okay, so another target banned Oatmeal, I guess. But the Cassiopeia was fine. I mean, I feel like running back the Sylas Cassiopeia matchup isn't bad by any means. That seemed to go fine for them. You missed a few ultimates, but it wasn't that bad. So, we'll see. We'll see. But Aatrox, Alistar, and then Lucian, a Nivea for Akuma. So, just banning away the problem champions from game number 2 here, but they do give over the Rek'Sai and Sylas. So Inferno have given over some of that composition they lost to. But, well, going down the wire here, looks like switching to Jinx at the last minute after hovering Twitch for quite a while. This feels very interesting from Inferno. I believe Yuumi is stealth if she's on a champion that's stealth, so kind of an interesting synergy with Twitch. There's not just like a floating Yuumi somewhere. Yeah, because it does work with Evelyn, so I'd have to assume it works with Twitch. But Nautilus now picked up in the bot lane. Another good way to play in the Yuumi, like they just played Alistar, they're just going to hard engage on you. That is a thing I think is super... that she struggles against. Like, she does no peel if you hard engage onto her AD carry. She can't do anything because they're slow. Has to be in the air for a second, so you gotta like wind it around, and maybe you can slow them if you're near you, but you have to like wind it around and come back on them to actually get the slow. And you know, she has a speed up, but you know, it's kind of dependent on what the AD carry is doing here. So actually rounding it out with the Volibear, Akuma getting crazy with this one. I assume this is Volibear top and Nautilus support here, and they're gonna play Volibear into The Mordecai. Well, they picked it in the Mordekaiser, but Revnon, he waited a long time to pick the Urgot. Actually, last picked the Urgot here, but will be a flex to put the Mordekaiser in the mid lane and Urgot in the top lane. Unless this is Nautilus. Okay, I thought this was maybe Volibear support for a second. But we'll be Volibear top against the Urgot. Rek'Sai in the jungle versus the Skarner. Sylas versus the Mordekaiser. Sivir versus Jinx. Nautilus versus Yuumi. Gonna be a good one here. I think, again, the Nautilus is very powerful in the Yuumi because of the threat of the engage. That is something she struggles greatly against, and Jinx is a mobile carry. So, like where their head's at here for Akuma in the bot lane. Going back to Rek'Sai Sylas duo. The big question mark, of course, the Volibear in the top lane. How will that pan out, especially against Revnon's Urgot, which has been very good in the past, and I can only assume will be very good in the future. And that'll be a tough matchup. The range will be annoying for Volibear, and Urgot can kite away from him pretty easily. So I think that'll be tough for them. But I think once again, Lane Zero opting to be a bit more of the scaling. Like, they don't have much going on in the early game. I don't think they are like looking to get 6 items and win. But they're not really looking to do a whole lot in the early game, like be active on the map, really. The Rek'Sai Sylas, I think, is much more early game focused than a Skarner, you know? Like, that's, you know, Inferno's fine to fight, but they're not really looking to brawl at level 3. That's not really where their head's at with these picks. So, it will give over, I think, you know, see that initiative to Akuma. The issue, though, is, like, will they have pushing lanes? Volibear certainly will not be. Sylas versus Mordekaiser kind of depends. And then, you know, bot lane should be relatively even, I think, because Jinx does have decent wave clear. And Sivir wave clear doesn't really get online until later on. Like, she doesn't have the infinite push, you know, until later. So the Jinx can, you know, with a few rockets here and there and just continuously autoing can, you know, contest that and keep the push there, and that means that the Rek'Sai won't have as much priority as he would like. In the ideal world. But we're gonna take a quick break, come back for game 2, or game 3 rather, actually. It's 1-1. And this will be the decider here, so come back in game 3 in just a couple minutes. Okay, so Akuma gonna looks like they're gonna go for a stack again. They did this in game 2.
To Summoner's Rift.
So it looks like they're gonna stack here in their jungle. Kind of a split here, 3 and 2.
30 seconds until minions
Interesting.
spawn.
Now they're going for this. Few pings going down. So they're just going to stack here. It looks like they're going to take the Skarner Spire. But nothing else going to go down.
Minions have spawned.
And the Inferno team will just trade that Spire out for the topside one. And Skarner going to go for that red buff start, it looks like. And red buff start as well for some carry here on the Rek'Sai once again. The Skarner can clear very, very fast. I think without Tiamat, he clears faster generally than the Rek'Sai. Not by much, but it does do so. So, we go James here. Got the Aftershock here on the volley there. Should be pretty good matchup for Revnon, but potential to all in is there. Especially a gank setup is going to be a little tough to deal with. As some trades coming out here. Fluke with a crazy sustain from his kit will allow him to win that one despite eating all of Oatmeal's damage. Hook gonna miss here, but we'll find the auto root here on a Brodass, but he'll kite away, and that'll be a relatively even one overall. Now the gank in the mid lane, some carry onto Oatmeal. Finds the knockback, but Oatmeal has already used that flash. Likely to go down here, he will. First blood over to Fluke. No flash is used there to get that kill. And Oatmeal now flashless, has to TP back to lane after death, feeling rough after that one here. And now Revnon coming down the river. Gonna see that indeed stun carry is on that Scuttle Crab. They're looking to take it when it does spawn. And so Skarner will trade it out alive, gonna grab one of his own. So that's definitely what I was thinking, you know. The Rek'Sai, the Silas, even the Volibear want to fight early. Nautilus as well. Now we play in the bot lane. And a second gank in the main lane, it looks like. So across the map here, looks like that Nautilus will go down, actually survive the flash of the wall, and Fluke's going to kill Oatmeal Nappy once again. And now in the bot side, Age Wizards are going to find the kill there onto the Nautilus. They continue to give chase to find the kill with Silas. With now 2 in the mid lane, Oatmeal Napkin with no summoner spells left. They go James and Revnon fighting. Another flip going to be found, it looks like, but Revnon going to be able to get away here. A lot of health, though, taken out. Doesn't have a ton of gold to go back with. And we go James there with the power of the Aftershock and power of slapping someone in the face. Has won a trade significantly here, and now he's actually sitting in a pretty good spot in the lane. Most of his minions will be picked up though by Revnon. He'll TP back, so that is a win, but not a massive one for the Go James. Lunar actually missing like a cannon there, but does trade relatively even despite being 1v2 there. As alive, we'll just make a trip through bottom lane. Saying hello, what's up? I'm gonna leave now. Of course, going for the Predator here on the Skarner. Definitely wants to get those boots soon. Brodass missing a few CS. Cloud Drake, the first one. Had a couple of Cloud Drake so far. Yeah, Brodass CS has not actually been that great underneath this turret. We'll go James coming in though. Revnon with a good buffer will manage to get himself out of that flip. We'll go James, some carry, still giving chase. That'll force the flash out of Revnon. No rev up from some carry. I feel like Revnon didn't have to flash there, but better safe than sorry, I suppose. Hook from rematch. Gonna land, but absorbed by the Yuumi. Nicely done by H Wizard to hop off, absorb the hook, and then dash back on. Very well played there. Goal lead 1,000 right now for Akuma. They might have just found their champions here. The power of the Rek'Sai in the early game has been huge. This time the advantage, the kills are on to Fluke, but they've gotten the advantage once again in this game. Skarner coming up topside for a lane gank. We'll see if he can make it happen. Trying to play the long game here. And yeah, nothing will happen. The wave was kind of pushing away from him for a long time, and then Goji was kind of able to stall out the wave, so it didn't bounce back. 20 CS lead though for the Volley Bear in the top lane, 10 in the mid lane for the Silas, in the bot lane relatively even. So all adds up to a big advantage here for Akuma. Cloud's still available, of course. No one has made a play for that yet. Rek'Sai now will go back at that warrior, which will be big. Now a gank in at the top side alive though. A little bit late to that party. Revnon started it off kind of early. Not able to find the gank. As a bit of trading here, but Fluke's out of mana, so can't really do much. Now we have, looks like an invade here from some carry. A few pings going down. And Luke is going back, so there will be no support for this invade if some carry continues to stay on this one. He's gonna move away, but alive, and he'll nap it. Iron the chase plus the bot lane coming in. They find the root here, and some carry gives up a kill. TP coming in. That's gonna be from Ghost James. He'll find a nice pull onto the live, but the Skarner stings him back, and now flash over the wall. Bodass. Flashes, but it's too late. Double kill here for Lego James. And now, it started off badly, but they're making it happen. Triple kill for Lego James. He's looking to make it 4. Can he do it? The quadra kill for Lego James. Out of nowhere. TP's in. Quadra kill. Revnon not able to follow. His is on cooldown. And this Volley Bear is massive. A beast, man. They don't have actually a jungler to do this dragon with, and the TPs are coming in from Brodass to get back to lane, but I believe the Cloud Drake will go over while some carry covers the top lane. And Alive coming in, poking around, no smite, but he's not able to get in there in time. Rematch stun is on him, but Alive now in trouble. Hook lands, and now Alive gonna have to flash over the wall. And prowling projectile will land. Oatmeal coming in. He's gonna find with the Go James. The abstract proc, but he gets pulled back. Oatmeal, he's gonna die. Shut down. Brodas finds the kill. And now, oh my goodness, the stolen ultimate onto Alive. Getting a taste of his own medicine. Lunar will find the last hit. Fluke, he goes in, but I think that was the wrong call. Gonna get slowed up. Healing coming through, but Oatmeal Napkin will find the shutdown onto him. And, well, that play was really bad. And then they were able to come back and actually trade decently, finding 2 kills. So Inferno gets something. But now Revnon and some carry going at it. Here comes the Void Rush. He will just get shut down, though. Revnon smacks him in the face with a shotgun knee and kills him. And, yeah, that some carry is not as strong as he was last game. 0-2 and 3 now. The gold's all on the Goat James and Fluke here with their kills, and Lunar also has picked up a kill, and you know, he's got some gold on himself. Here comes the On the Hunt. Brodas gonna get knocked up. Good dodge on the hook though. In the final chapter, we'll find the double root here. Lunar actually taking the worst end of this one. Brodas with the rockets. One more. We'll find the kill. Turns it around. Brodas going nuts here with the support of Age Wizard. That Age certainly helped the wisdom to avoid that 2v2 and come out on top with the re-engage. And now that Jinx is getting a little scary here. 2-1 and 3. Up 10 CS. Gotta worry about her for sure. Highest gold on her team at 4,800. Highest gold in the game, actually, now that I'm looking at it. No one is has more gold than her. The Goat James had 46, but Jinx with the most in the game with 48 at the moment. In terms of total gold accrued so far. As Fluke will take that blue buff away. Thank you very much. Some carry gonna hand that one over. Oh. Rift Child will be started up here. Some carry on it. Alive is on the top side, but it looks like he's looking for a gank here. And pops a Predator, it looks like, but not going to find anything. Rift Child will be stopped as Oatmeal Napkin makes his way over and says, oh, you shouldn't be doing that, guys. It's not okay. What did Shelly ever do to you? Gonna be Laundry's first here from Oatmeal Napkin again. Seems to be his preferred build. "13 minutes in here. The gold is actually stabilized. 500 gold lead now for Inferno. They have the Cloud Dragon and an extra kill, but the gold still favors Inferno now by 300. Well, it keeps changing, and now it's 500. You get the idea. They're up by a couple hundred gold. Gank in the mid lane, some carry coming in, finds a knockup onto Oatmeal Napkin. Uses that ultimate though, brings Fluke into the death realm. He might just kill him though. Oatmeal Napkin slamming the hammer, but Alive now gets hooked by rematch, and some carry will find the kill. Well played here, and now Brodas has the Infinity Edge, but he's got no mobility to get out of this one. Final chapter comes in, flash away from Brodas. The Void Rush though will find the kill at shutdown onto Brodas. Some carry, and now Age Wizard dashes to Oatmeal Napkin, trying to make it out okay, but they're in a bit of trouble. Turret taken up by Lunar, but they'll find the kill in the end. Find both of the kills here. Fluke will actually go down to the turret. The turret aggro not juggled correctly. Now Revnon, he's trying to get something back, but doubt he can go 1v4 here. Alive not ready to join him, and Revnon has Black Cleaver, but I don't think he has enough damage to kill everyone. So big shutdown there, getting broadassed. Very nice. Slum Carry now is 3 kills after starting 0-2. Is 3-2. Jinx Tilty will come in, do a bunch of damage, but not much else. It looks like they're just gonna back off this dragon, which may not be the right call, because right now the Rift Child is being taken by Alive and Revnon in the top side. So they're not really getting anything back for this. They got some kills, but they didn't actually kill a turret, they didn't kill a dragon, they didn't do anything. And they're gonna lose Rift Herald, so while they got some gold off the kills, they didn't find any objectives. Really. Access Reaver get picked up for Lunar. And a few item completions. Everyone's got the first item basically so far, except for the Nautilus there. Rematch. Has not found that yet. Falling a few too many control wards. Being the team player. And actually get an item. Some carry coming in the top side. Revnon buffers is okay, but he still gets pulled back. The Void Rush, not needed. Look, go. James finds the kill there. The Lightning, more than enough to take out Revnon there. Now Fluke, he's gonna go 1v1 versus Oatmeal. This seems risky. And here comes the stopwatch. Now, ultimate still available if he wants to use it. He has the Jinx ulti. Fluke gonna miss that though, and Fluke, he might just get solo, but here comes the reinforcements. Rematch comes in to help out. Fluke uses the Jinx ulti to do some damage to him, and while Lunar and Rematch come in to clean him up. And Fluke, oh, dodges out on the rocket coming in. Super Mega Death Rocket just barely misses. But the Rift Herald play in the mid lane is going to have to be respected. Just some carry right now here to stop this, and he's not really going to be able to do that. So the rotation comes in, Lunar and Rematch coming in to reinforce. As they do clear up this push, but half of the damage already done on the inner turret here. They lose a topside turret, but Akuma not able to stop everything, so Inferno decently happy with that. Dragon still not been taken on the bottom side as well. That Ocean has sat there for quite a while. (13-6) in kills here. The gold lead about 4. After being in the gold lead for a short time, Inferno had given it back up. After a couple of fights there. The turret situation is actually okay though. They had the mid lane turret down. They've lost, you know, an outer in the top lane, but and they'll most likely lose an outer in the bot lane. But they'll trade that for that outer in the top lane. So 2 turrets that are very low on the map right now, and 2 turrets that are already down. But at this stage in the game, if you're down 4k gold or 3k gold, you know, you've got the scaling Jinx coming on, you know, coming along. Just complete that second item. It feels okay. Especially with the power of Skarner in the mid game with that ulti, Predator, Flash. It's just so hard to deal with. Now the Ocean. Gonna be started. No contest. No one's anywhere near on the map for this. Maybe a Super Mega Death Rocket to try and steal. But not even that. Looks like some resources are going to be invested here in the bot side. Lunar going to come in and kill this turret while Revnon trades it out in the top side. So a turret for turrets straight up there.
Destroyed.
Oh, look, Goat James coming for the push. He's got the reinforcements here, but he gets pulled back by Omi and Napkin. Live actually stealing away the Gromp at the moment. We have Baron spawning in just 30 seconds. As the wave clear battle will begin in the mid lane. Lunar takes a big chunk out. The rockets from Jinx starting to really hurt. If they crit, which he has 50% chance to, that hurts a lot. It's also, she went for Runin's, not rapid fire. So it's not as much range, but the AoE damage is going to be pretty massive, especially against a very much a 4 melee composition out of Akuma right now. Jinx gets so much more powerful, you know, when you have that many melee champions. Because she likes to go Runins. You have this many. She gets to farm easier with Runin. She gets to fight easier with Runins now that you have so many people that are going to be hit by that AoE damage from the rockets. As well as just the multiple bolts from the basic autos. You come into her, she just starts cutting away. She's hitting 3 people at once. That's a lot of value here. Sivir's ricochets will get value, but not as much. Revenant is range champion. Yumi's invulnerable. Rodas is a range champion, so you just have 2 people to really hit. Omi and Napkin alive, and you know, if you go into the death realm, Omi and Napkin, well, then there's only one person that you could really ricochet off of, and it, you know, probably won't hit anyone. Maybe it'll hit one more person, but ricochets just don't get as much value as the rockets do here. By no means are they bad. As Lunar actually will get slowed up here. They're not going to give chase. They don't know what's behind that rush, so they will play it safe and not try and chase that Sivir, but she was all alone. There was no one there to save her. She did have both summoner spells, though, and ultimate, so killing her seemed unlikely, but you certainly could have gotten her low. Maybe the fight would have gotten your way. Fire, and picked up by alive, which is important around Baron. That movement speed, very crucial. It's always a struggle being a melee sport champion, having the Targons, and you have a Sivir on your team, because she just kills the wave before you can even proc the Targons because your attack speed's so goddamn slow. You're just like sitting there like trying to auto stuff, but it keeps getting, your autos keep getting interrupted because the minions are already dying from the Sivir ricochets, and you're just like, this is why I stay up at night. I just can't proc my Targons ever. Hey, a Death Rocket gonna get stolen again here by the Silas. 22 minutes in. Goal lead still in favor of Akuma. Only 3,300 or so. But it is a goal lead. Double Giant Spell purchased by the Volibear. I don't know if that was intentional or not. But it does give him a lot of raw health. Has that Bramble Vest as well, lots of armor. But the Mordekaiser can certainly kill him. He's got Leandries, you know. That seems like a problem. To me, at least. Dragon, another one going to be on the horizon. It's going to be a mountain. Should be here relatively soon. Fluke looking to face check this one. Finds a Yumi for his troubles. Yumi gonna dash back to Brodas, still flashed by Sunfairy, finds a knock, a flash away from Brodas. He's gonna get hit, and the Void Rush finds the kill. Oh, big fight for Akuma. Omi Napkin, he's able to find Sunfairy in the Death Realm and find the kill, but now the trades are gonna come in, and I think that Omi Napkin is in a bit of trouble. The ricochets are huge, though. The team fight not working out the way Lane Zero was hoping, or I was predicting. It was a very, very messy one, and they ended up just lining up for Lunar there at the end. 3 people in a row, and now 4 people dead total. Just alive, surviving. 4 for 2 trade. They'll get the inner turret here. And Akuma should get the dragon. Not gonna stay for the inhibitor turret. That is risky. So they'll just get the dragon, get the mountain here, and now they can control over the map, over Baron, with a mountain and an ocean. This seems to be Akuma's game now. They are certainly in control. They've been in the gold lead for a long time, but now they truly have full control of this one. When Superman Death Rider comes in, blocked by Lunar. Not enough damage to do anything. And now they should back off this and be able to go back to base, purchase up, and be ready for this Baron. Alive going to come in and throw some wards down. It's very smart to do that, of course, when you have this window. Kind of interesting place he put that control ward. He put it way back in the back of the pit. But that can still be cleared out. It makes it harder to clear it out, but it's still seen, and it can still be cleared out, so. Interesting. $5K now the gold lead for Akuma. No Infinity Edge yet for Lunar, but he does have 2 crit items and some raw AD. 3 get items for completed for Brodas though. He's got Infinity Edge, Runes, and Rapid Fire. He's ready to go. The Rylai's and the Leandri completed for Oatmeal Napkin. Skarner's got that Righteous Glory. But the ward's being cleared out systematically. Akuma exerting control on the map here, making it hard to contest this, space check this Baron, and see what's going on is going to have to be the play. Live. Okay, got a little dicey there, but they back off. Argot has TP, Legoat James has TP as well, so both Rebdon and Legoat James can join. Both 80 carry, the 80 carry for Inferno has TP, Oatmeal Napkin has TP, but no TPs on the other side as they did not take them. So slight global advantage here for Inferno in that regard. Ardent Sensor going to come in for Age Wizard in a moment. Getting that would be huge for a team fight. Infinity Edge now completed for Lunar, which is also an enormous item pickup. So both the teams pretty much have the items they want for a team fight at this stage. And here comes the Sting. Alive, pulling back, rematch. He's going to go down the fight that to take place. The double TP coming in from the top with Brodas. He's trying to kite away, but already Go James onto him. He's not being able to kite away. Now he's able to. The Yumi coming in to help out. Look, Go James going to go down. The Fear Beyond Death lands. Brodas actually gets knocked into the Baron pit here, but it doesn't matter because they end up finding Ace, and they're back in this one, baby. Letting Jerry Inferno take a brilliant team fight, starting it off with a stun onto rematch. They find the pick, and Alive keeps Inferno alive here. They live to fight another day. Now they got the Baron for themselves. No dragons, but a very strong Jinx. And that's a surprising team fight, but in those tight corridors, both these AD carries thrive because of the AoE damage they deal. And that time, you were, Akuma running into the corridor as opposed to being Inferno, who was kiting away. They sort of controlled the space of the fight. And it comes up huge. Plus the AoE from that Mordekaiser. And they started off with a pick, too, so they were fighting 4v5 for the majority of it. Well played. And Inferno now looking to counterattack. But Sivir, very tough to push through here. And an inner turret in all the lanes still stands, but the outer's just available in the bot lane here. So lots of turrets to get through. But there should be some standing gold to pick up here. Definitely gonna have to pull them apart though and fight, or push rather, somewhere the Sivir is not. Right now she's in the mid lane, sitting there and waiting. Oatmeal Napkin to take out the outer turret in the bot lane. And continue to push there. Dragon is going to be coming up. While this Baron buff is still applied, it's going to be in their cloud. And we have a DC. Hopefully it'll be right back. And now we got to fight in the bot lane here. Lego James in a bit of trouble. In a spot of trouble. The fear beyond death. And, oh, the flash in. They find the fear on the Lunar. He's on the hunt to get away, but live proc spell shield. Oh, good stolen ultimate. Keeps them away for now, but Lunar ends up going down. Some character trying to do the damage. Void rush. They will find the kill. Flu. Some character trying to run a bit. The rockets! Oh, the Jinx. She gets excited. The triple kill for Ravnon in the end. Brodax finds one as well. And just rematch left. I think he DC'd for that. And he's sitting in base. But to be honest, I don't even know if he would have gotten there in time. Because he was sitting so far away. But this looks to the end of the game here with the Baron. And LZINF Inferno coming back from a significant deficit. 4K gold lead was the biggest deficit, I think, in this game. And they actually ended up winning it with around 4K gold lead here. So Inferno win game 1, come back after a rough game 2. But we've had short games this entire series. 29 minutes can be the longest one of all of them. And LZINF Inferno takes it. Playing at a brisk pace, but these were very evenly matched games, I think. Game number 3 especially. But the series is very evenly matched. These teams were put on a great game here. This was definitely one of the better games I've seen this season. LZINF Inferno, a better series. LZINF Inferno ends up taking it 2-1 over Akuma Blaze, but it could have gone either way. Don't know what happened with the DC there at the end. But again, I don't know if Rematch would have really been able to join the fight. He was so far away when it took place. So I don't know if it really mattered, but yeah, might have been DC'd there. Still, though, definitely well-deserved by Inferno. That fight, Rematch was definitely there for that previous fight, and he ended up dying. And got picked off by Alive. Not really his fault. That's kind of his job, but his team lost the fight. And well executed. Very nicely played. LZINF Inferno take it 2-1. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. You guys stick around, hanging out, and listening to my nonsense. This time we had less technical difficulties than yesterday, but I know they're still stuttering on the video. Again, it's the spectator. I can't fix it. It's a client thing. It's a Riot Games, like their servers kind of thing. It really sucks, but I appreciate you guys putting up with it, so you can watch and listen to my nonsense, and yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, you can find me on Twitch and YouTube. I'm not Kios. COEUS, I am not. It's pretty simple. But thanks for watching. Sugar Free League should resume again next week. I don't know. I believe I'll be able to do 1 or 2 more streams. I know I've been busy these past couple of weeks, but we should be able to do at least 1 or 2 more next week. And maybe Lestai will be here as well. But stay tuned for that. Get on the Discord, check out the schedule, follow him, we'll keep you up to date. He always does. So thank you, and have a good night, everyone. Appreciate it a great deal. Means a lot. So we'll see you again next week, hopefully. And until then, you know, small indie company, Riot Games. I'm sure they'll fix the bug eventually, but thanks for bearing with us. See you then.